What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to talk about some very important levels to watch for and why the market is showing some resilience right now. But just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, don't forget to check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends very soon in just a couple of weeks. Anyways, the market's looking very interesting. So we got this massive sell-off yesterday after Jerome Powell gave his speech. Okay, we sold off a little bit more during the after hours, and then during the pre-market, we saw SPY get bought back up. We pushed upon open, then we saw this dump that happened. We dumped a couple of points, but now there's buyers again trying to defend it, especially after the fact that we just got this bill auction. So the bill auction was very close to what we saw beforehand, and all the GDP numbers were quite decent. So that's what's helping this market to some extent. There's not really anything else that's too crazy that's coming out for the majority of the rest of the day. So the question remains, what's going to happen from here? Honestly, guys, I would say that the market is getting defended so far, but we have to see how well we could hold at these levels to see a bigger move to the upside. Now, we have this 591.22 areas of resistance. This is our 4-hour 200 EMA. If we can close above this, I think there will be potential for this to attempt to rebound a little bit more, and we could be looking for SPY to get to the mid 590s. However, if we get a rejection, we struggle to hold this for the next day and a half. This could continue to start dipping. We could be looking for a retest of 588. Now, whether we get a big dump or not is based off our levels. Okay, it's very simple actually. So if you go back on SPY on the daily time frame, what you'll see is that right over here, I noticed that SPY has this very, very important support right here. So this is support right here around 584. So we need to lose that for us to really turn bearish and start dumping down to fill this gap. And we haven't done that so far. Instead, as we touched it yesterday, we actually got bought back up. So for now, SPY is holding the critical support. Now we also have tough resistance around the 591 area. So it's very tough for us to break past that. If we manage to break that, I think there could be a little bit more potential to push higher. But like I said before, there's always the possibility of us making a lower high than turning. We just haven't really lost critical support officially to turn super bearish. And we haven't broken critical resistance to turn bullish. We're just stuck in the middle. And that's why SPY is doing a little dance in between these levels, right? If you look at the 30 minutes time frame, we're just dancing, going back and forth, very, very choppy for now. And I think that SPY may continue to remain range bound until we see one of these directions break. So I think that we shuffle around this 590 area for some time. If we can't hold it for some time, there's a chance we come back down to like 588. Then we just get bought back up, and we're just going to continue to be range bound for some time. To be really bearish, you want to see us lose 587 and then 584. If those two supports break, then I will become a lot more concerned. And if we end up breaking past not only 591 but the high of the day, we're looking for essentially 595 or above. We'll turn a lot more bullish if we break the high of the day again. For now, we have not done that, and we just remain range bound close to 590. So just keep that in mind. We're just waiting for SPY to develop, and this is going to likely continue to dance until then. ES has a very, very similar trend. So if you look at ES, we started off with this dump right over here. There's a very, very nice dump that had happened previously. We attempted to rebound, we dumped again, and now we're just trading sideways back and forth just like this. So we have a tough resistance around 6,000. That's going to be our 50 EMA on the 30 minutes time frame, and the support happens to be around 59.50, so we're stuck in a 50-point range. We could dip a little bit lower and retest this low right here at 59.60, but then we could also be retesting the resistance. I think that we could be dipping a bit, coming back up, just continuing to shuffle for some time, but we need to see this thing lose 59.50 to see a bigger dip, and eventually lose 50, basically 5,900 flats to turn super bearish. We haven't really done that yet. I have to break 6,000 to turn more bullish. We haven't done that either. So we're just range bound for now. Give ES some time to develop. Tesla, on the other hand, has been just shuffling, but it's showing a little bit more weakness. We were stuck at this 440 area for some time. There is a risk of this dipping a little bit lower, closer to about this support down here around the 427 area. If we lose this on Tesla, we will be looking for a much bigger move. But for now, we're just range bound for now. So we haven't really lost that critical support quite yet. If Tesla were to lose the 427 zone, the low from yesterday, this aligns with previous resistance becoming support, very close to 427. Then, excuse me, yes, we could be dipping to 417. I am seeing some weakness on Tesla because of the fact that this is continuing to dip, but we will see how well we end up holding up. So watch these levels just to be safe. So be careful with Tesla. There's a risk of downside. If we end up losing support, this will be dipping lower. Despite the fact that the market is shuffling right now, Tesla's showing a little bit more weakness. So there is a risk of us retesting the lows, but we have to lose them to see confirmation of this thing like to dump even more. We haven't really done that yet. We haven't lost 427 to turn super bearish. We're barely holding this, so we'll see how well it ends up holding for now. Nvidia tried to get back above 133. If you hold above that, we're looking for 135 to 136 as our range, a potential target. We're not holding above 133 too well since it's starting to dip, so there's going to be a risk of us retesting like 130, eventually 128. So we'll see about that. Let's see if 133 holds or not. If not, this could be dipping back down to 130, so be careful with Nvidia. However, I think we've done a pretty decent job of trying to get back up here, at least nonetheless, and we'll see if 133 holds. We're just fighting the resistance right over there. Bitcoin hit 100,000. Their buyers trying to defend it there. We need to get back up of 102,500 to turn back up. Otherwise, we're technically on a downtrend on Bitcoin. There is a risk of this dipping a little bit lower if 100,000 breaks. We haven't lost that yet, so we're just range bound between 100 and 102,000, going back and forth for now. So I think we're just stuck until we see one of those levels break. So please keep that in mind. For NQ, we're showing a little bit of shuffling as well right here. So we dipped all the way down to our 200 EMA, very close to 21,500. Now we're seeing buyers defend it there, but then there's sellers stepping in at 21,600. So we're stuck in between, going back and forth and back and forth. So we'll see which way we end up going looking at the current trend. For others out there, we have the QQQ. This is showing a little bit of weakness. We did push to 520, but we're struggling to hold above that. And then 520 to 521 is tough resistance. Our support is still holding us around that 516 area. If we were to lose that, though, don't forget that there's going to be a risk of us dumping back down towards the lows we saw yesterday if 516 fails us. Then we also have this imbalance will take us down to like 510. So for now, I see us being a little bit stuck, just like SPY, stuck between the 520 and 516 range. And we may just continue to be stuck there for now until we see a bigger break in either direction. We're not really going anywhere for now. We're just stuck for now. Apple looks more bullish overall in terms of its trend. If we could hold above 250, this could continue to try to make an attempt for 252.5 plus. If not, if we end up losing 249, we're looking for a dip. I'd say for now we're holding up well, so this could continue to push. So give this some more time to develop. But we'll see if this holds 250 or not by close. So give it some time. For the IWM rules showing some weakness, we tried to bounce only to get a rejection here at 124, very close to my 125 target. Now we're holding up around just under 220 support, and we have resistance at 220, 224, a little bit under that. So we're just going back and forth for now. So give this more time to develop. I think we continue to do that unless we lose 220. We could be dipping lower. I think that coin is looking a little bit weaker right here as well. Just know that there is a little bit of weakness developing here, but we haven't lost critical support at 272 yet. So 290 is where we tend to reject, and then 272 is where we're getting bought back up. That's close to where our 200 EMA happens to be. So we're stuck in a range for now. Amazon, on the other hand, is looking more bullish because we are holding above 225 nicely. So 227.5 could be coming. So I see some more life on Amazon. This could try to push. Meta is looking range bound because the problem with Meta is although buyers are defending 600, we're not holding above 612. We need to break 612 and 616 to turn more bullish. Otherwise, it's just going to shuffle around the 600s between 600 and 612 for now. And then two more, we have Microsoft. Microsoft is once again, in my opinion, is showing like a little bit of a potential to try to push higher. We have 443 to 444 is the first resistance, then 447 above that. If 444 fails us, if we push here and reject here, we could be dipping right back down towards 438. So we're stuck in the middle. I do see some potential for us to try to get back up towards 443 plus. But the issue with Microsoft is it's a very tough resistance at the 50 EMA, and we haven't been able to break that yet. Excuse me, guys. So we're just doing a little dance near our 50 EMA. So it's kind of stuck right now. Google has the same thing going on. We're stuck around 193. We have not been able to crack past that. I want to see it hold above 193 at the very least to start pushing more. Otherwise, there's going to be a risk of us retesting 190 if that fails. So give it some time. So we'll see how it goes, guys. The market is shuffling for now. It's not doing the best of jobs. So for instance, right now, SPY is still in We're very close to 589.7, very close to 590. We're for the most part just stuck between 590 and 588. And then there's Tesla, which is still, it's dipping a bit, but like I said before, we haven't lost critical support yet to turn super bearish. So if we lose the low from yesterday, yes, I will become a lot more concerned. So give Tesla some time, and we'll see how things end up going from here. With that being said, there's a lot of shuffling in this market for now, but we'll see if our key levels could break or not. Give the market some time, and we'll see what ends up happening from here. So I'm hoping that we try to hold support. Otherwise, we will turn more bearish. Remember, 584 is very key for SPY. If we lose that, I will turn a lot more bearish, but we haven't lost it yet. So we're giving the market some time to do its little shuffling, and then we'll see what is developed as we get closer to close. Thank you for listening. Have a good rest of your day, guys, and peace out.